In a lottery, a ticket is filled in by selecting 5 numbers for 50, the numbers being 1, 2, 3, 4 up to 50, and 2 numbers from the lucky star numbers, numbers 1, 2, 3, 4 up to 12. Calculate the probability of winning the jackpots. This is quite an interesting question. The order in which the way the numbers are selected is not important. For example, you could select for these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but you could have selected them in this order: 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, or in any other order. But there are 5 factorial ways of selecting those set of numbers, which we'll look at later. So the order is not important. So we need to consider combinations of selecting R objects from n, and we know that NCR is n factorial over n minus R all factorial times R factorial. So the number of possible arrangements is going to be 50C5, 5 numbers from 50, and then for the lucky star numbers, 2 numbers from 12, 12C2. Now these two events, this one is independent of this one, so therefore we multiply for independent events. These two events are independent. Okay, so 50C5 is 50 factorial over 50 minus 5 all factorial times 5 factorial, using this formula here, times 12 factorial over 12 minus 2 factorial times 2 factorial. This becomes 50 factorial divided by 45 factorial times 5 factorial, and this becomes 12 factorial over 10 factorial 2 factorial. Now 50 factorial divided by 45 factorial, it becomes 50 times 49 times 48 times 47 times 46. We've still got the 5 factorial, so it's 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. And then 12 factorial divided by 10 factorial is just 12 times 11, still multiplied by 2 factorial, 2 times 1. And that's interesting because the top row of this actually gives you the number of permutations of selecting R objects from n, where the order is important. And we know for each of these 5 numbers, there's 5 factorial ways of arranging the numbers as we choose them. So therefore, that's why we divide by 5 factorial. And here, this is the number of permutations. 12 times 11 is the number of permutations of selecting 12 objects, 2 numbers from 12. 12 ways of selecting the first one, 11 ways of selecting the second one, but each of these can be arranged 2 different ways, so we divide it by 2 because we're not interested in the order. So we've got a little bit of relationship here between permutations and combinations. If we work this out, and probably we would have worked these out just using the calculator here, this becomes to 2,118,760, and this comes to 66 different ways. And if we multiply this together, we get 139,838,160 different ways of choosing the numbers for this lottery. And therefore, the probability of winning the jackpot is one of those, only one of those would be correct. So it's 1 out of 139,838,160. This is probably why I have never won the lottery. Okay, I hope you found this video interesting and that you've understood. And I thank you very much for watching.